Welcome back to another episode of, what's this called again? 2064? Alright, let's see here. I don't know what we're doing. It's been a long while since I played this game. Let's talk to Turing. Look at Turing. Turing has been withdrawn and anxious since the news of Hayden's death, despite trying to appear unfazed. Let's touch Turing. My window is open, so if you hear that jet noise outside, yeah, that's why.
Today is December 22nd. Just 3 more days until Christmas.
Alright. Okay, map. Okay, so I guess we'll go to the next. Looks like this is the next place to go to. HAssy Corp. Let's go.
Here we are. The HAssy Corporation office building. It looks like most of the businesses on this block are a part of the same corporate coalition under HAssy.
Is that important?
Well, perhaps. At the very least, it means it's unlikely they're the ones interfering with Augmented Eye's articles.
Uh-oh. Okay, before my DualShock loses battery, I'm gonna switch over here. Hold on. Yeah, I should have done this before. Give me a minute here.
Not impossible, but unlikely.
Not impossible, but unlikely. How so? I guess we'll have to look further afield. Says you. Okay, I'll say how so.
Generally, the companies in a coalition don't have a whole lot of overlap. Augmented Eye is a news app focused on local tech and culture stories, with an emphasis on hybrids' rights and cybernetics issues.
You don't say.
None of the other companies in the coalition cover news, so they aren't related at all, which is very much standard practice for these groups.
I don't know if that annoys me or if I find it endearing, that look on his face. He kind of has that, I don't know, that proud look.
They have nothing to gain by inviting companies with whom they compete, and thus none of them would benefit by trying to undermine Augmented Eye's credibility as a news source.
Okay. Can you tell me more about these coalitions?
In the early 2020s, the California government was pretty much going bankrupt. A poor national economy and repeated voter initiatives meant the state didn't have the tax revenue to continue running municipal services.
You don't say.
They kept pushing the tax burden down the totem pole until poorer cities were just flat broke. No police, no road work, complete public service collapse. Then, one of the smaller cities sold all of their public infrastructure, police and fire included, to a private corporation. This was eventually challenged in court, but several Silicon Valley corporations started a grassroots initiative to have citizens pass an amendment to the state constitution allowing it. They succeeded, and most of the major cities in the state sold off their public services to private corporations.
I see.
Some places, like Los Angeles, just sold to the highest bidder. Which is probably why LA is essentially in a constant gang turf war, with one side wearing the uniforms of the studio-owned police forces.
I'm listening.
The cities in the Bay Area were a little more selective, and most of the municipal services are owned by multi-corporation coalitions. They split the bill of running the city between them and keep each other from being too corrupt in their usage of the police force and such, from fear of a PR disaster and being kicked out of the coalition.
Okay, so this is just business politics.
It means there isn't as much money going around, which is why the NSFPD's equipment is out of date and the meshnet is so successful over normal cable networks. After all, without the promise of a city infrastructure bought and paid for, the corporations all treat running the city like a charity and PR stunt.
Sounds like politics.
But at least the police aren't irredeemably corrupt. The fire trucks still show up on time, and the water runs to all parts of the city.
As it should, as any other city should.
That can't be said for some areas of the state.
Kind of reminds me of what that place called. What was that place? Flint? Flint. Oh, I almost said Flintstone. No, there's a place that has real bad water. In the States. Anyway. Flint. I think it's called Flint. Anyway, I didn't realize things were that bad elsewhere. Why hasn't the federal government stepped in?
I haven't spent enough time learning about the subject, or politics in general, to give you an educated answer.
Well, you're a machine. You could look it up in 2 seconds. I guess he's saying he doesn't want to. Being lazy, this guy.
If I go by the posts people make on the meshnet, I'd say a combination of having bigger fish to fry and caving to corporate pressure.
Okay.
People seem certain that the larger multinational companies would love to be able to buy their own towns on a national scale, and are pumping money into Congress to try and make that happen.
I would imagine that there are actually mega corporations that want to do that. Just a few off the top of my head. Certain internet phone companies and... no, that's the only one I can think of.
They hold up Neo-SF as an example of their success, while trying to bury the problems in LA as an anomaly. Combine that with unrest abroad, and I guess they don't have a whole lot of motivation to try and stop it.
Yeah, there's not a lot of motivation to try to fix things all around.
Historical precedent seems to lend credence to this interpretation, if you're willing to believe my hasty readings on the subject.
No, sounds pretty close to real life. Fair enough, thanks for filling me in.
You're welcome. I am happy to assist.
Wheat woo. Okay, so let us take a look around this place here before we enter. Planter. Look at Planter.
Bulbitis riparia, one of the more popular display ferns in recent times.
Bulbitis? Bulbitis?
Expensive, given the cost of caring for it.
Okay, real plant.
The species is native to threatened tropical forests, but it became a popular import after being endorsed by a former child star turned conservationist.
Okay. I wonder sometimes when they kind of have those long, what do you call it, descriptions, kind of wonder, are they talking about a certain person in real life right now, or so somebody who's parallel to that description? I think this is the same thing we looked at before. Tyrion doesn't seem to have any data on the species. It must have been crossbred for the most genetic beauty. Touch. Thanks to a new environmentalist ordinance, tampering with the bioplanter gets a stronger community service sentence than most misdemeanors. Talk to plant. Hey there, little one. How's it growing? Cool. The glass top might diminish the effects of talking to it. Go green, everybody. Just in a hands-off, eyes-only sort of way. Okay. Well, there's a few stuff to look at here. And there seems to be an up button. Okay, before I do that, I'll take a look at more stuff. The fern almost overflows from its wall-mounted holder, making it look like a featureless plastic head with green anime hair. Look at plant. The plant sits safely enclosed in its isolated ecosystem. The way these planters work, it's like watching a live nature documentary. Really? You don't go outside and look at the trees once in a while? You can't touch it. It's in an enclosed planter. I don't know why I had trouble with those words. There's an open plant right next to it. Why not try bugging that one instead? Window. Let's look at the window. A thick paned floor-to-ceiling window. Inside there's a bunch of security guards and rows of elevators behind them. Look again. Even though it's the holidays, it still seems pretty busy. Half of the businesses that operate here probably don't take the day off. Sounds a lot like a few places in town, like Walmart. Walmart's is almost never closed except for Christmas Day. Okay, let's see here. K-Cobb welcome sign. The COS IO Corporation office building employs a pretty fancy interactive screen out front. Whoops. Okay, the screen lists out all the different businesses and groups that operate under the coalition here. It also welcomes everyone to the center. How thoughtful. Okay, let's read that part again. I accidentally touched the touchpad on the PS4 controller. Okay, if they can keep it outdoors, the electrical work in it must be on another level. Let's touch it. That sign is not yours. That sign has no use to you. Okay, let's talk to it. It's voice controlled. The screen begins to cycle through the business listings and your available options. You say augmented eye and more info about the e-zine displays on screen. Looks like you're going to the 3rd floor. Alright, okay, let's take a look up here. Wow, there's some trees up here. Tree, look at tree. These trees are genuine, real roof trees. These became all the rage back in the 40s. When they say 40s, are they talking about the 2040s? Many companies sponsor roof trees. They used to sponsor animals. But after the York's raccoon blackout of 2060, they stopped that practice. They used to have roof animals? How do trees manage to grow so high with so little soil? Magic.
According to the MeshNet, the COS IO Corporation office building proudly hosts over 100 species of birds in their trees. Well, that's nice.
Yeah. Okay, let's go down here. Let's go inside. Just look at the door. The K-Cobb door is automatic. You don't need to wonder if you push or pull. I've seen a few people trying to pull open a push door. And vice versa. But if the door is automatic, why are there handles? Don't waste too much time thinking about this. Just touch the door. Okay, let's talk to door. You prefer to only converse with revolving doors. Right now it's shutting you out, but if you try getting close to it, it'll open up to you. It's open.
The MeshNet says Augmented Eye's SF office is run by an individual named Zin, and Tomcat confirmed she's expecting us.
Okay, Zin is expecting us.
All we have to do now is head up and talk to her.
Thanks for the pro tip.
No shenanigans this time.
What shenanigans? You mean my commentating over every little thing? Well, this is what I do during a playthrough, especially on a interactive novel such as this one. Oh, there's Zin. Let's look around everything. I'm sorry if it's painstaking, but this is how I do interactive novels. IK-47. You know what? I probably would have gotten those out of the way at the start of the first episode. But it's been so long since I played this game, it feels like almost like a new episode, like a new start of a new series. But I vaguely remember what's going on. I remember that somebody died, and it is the robot's creator, and yeah, this is a weird future. Okay, look at IK-47. Zin's IK-47 Executive Series ROM designed for office and high-level accounted maintenance. Let's look at it again.
Looks cute, but this little ROM has a ton of secure data processing power. Can water a mean office plant too.
Okay, so it's basically a excuse me. It's basically an assistant. Better leave it. Looks to be in the middle of a high-value calculation work. Zin's IK-47 ROM doesn't want to be pet.
The IK-47 aren't known for being verbose. Better leave it.
Let's try to talk to it again.
Hello, world's first sapient ROM, right here.
All right. Just jealous? The desk. Look at desk. A swanky looking desk that curves out at the edges. Probably cost as much as my paycheck. It has multiple monitors streaming news and info from the Augmented Eye sister sites all around the globe. Okay, so probably 2 paychecks. Okay, use desk. It's not made of wood, but you can still knock on it.
Please stop.
She looks like a character from... There's an old TV series called The Critic. I think it came out around the time as, a few years after The Simpsons. I think The Simpsons, really helped, animated sitcoms find a foothold in, evening, television and stuff like that. Yeah, small little tidbit there for you. Doesn't really... pretty much useless information. Look at the thin poster. It's one of those bland office paintings. It looks like color splotches on an off-white background.
Not my style, but I like the warm tones.
Cool. Use thin poster. Even stealing a boring office painting counts as art theft, you know. No finger painting on the canvas either. Okay, let's talk to the poster. The painting doesn't speak to you, so you don't speak either. Your move, splotchy. I enjoy the little, what do you call it? Those little, what do you call those? I just enjoy the humor throughout, sprinkled throughout the game, kind of like that. Look at the thin poster. You feel generically inspired. One of those bland office paintings. It looks like... Oh, okay. Well, I think it says the same thing. Oh, yes, it is. What is this? It looks like a Super Nintendo. Super Family Link. Oh, yeah, a Super Family Link. This plays all the old hits, like Yonkey's Peninsula, Water Rash, and Super Slug 3, The Revenge of the Super Slug. Let's look at it again. Aren't games usually in the waiting room, not someone else's office? Well, I would think that the older lady is a gamer. But why does she have a Super Nintendo? Play Super Family Link. It's not plugged into the monitor, and your imagination is only so powerful. The controllers look like they're the originals. This is surely a collector's item. Blow into... Oh. That's just an old rumor. You're not actually supposed to blow into the cartridge. I actually know a lot of people who did, and I believed it so myself. I remember blowing into NES cartridges and Super Nintendo, but nowadays with some of the cartridges I collect, I just use the air can. Let's see. Blow into Super Family Link. What would blowing into it help? You don't even know if it's busted. Wow. Window, monitor. Look at monitor. The monitor has a live updating weather forecast in the bottom corner of the screen. It will be in the high 60s with a low chance of sprinkling this weekend. A typical Neo SF December. Use monitor. Zin seems like the type of person who would punish someone for fiddling with the settings.
You can only change it with my remote. Also, stop.
We're going to continue to piss her off by looking at everything first. Look at the window. Zin's window, you can see the Bay Bridge from here. You gotta make the big bucks to get a view like this. Yeah, for sure. Use window.
Please don't open that. It's chilly.
Okay.
It doesn't open anyway, but thanks for playing.
Way to go.
Everybody's just hating on
Who
me.
the heck are you anyway?
Okay. Talk to window. That's a window, not your bathroom mirror. No time for embarrassing pep talks. It'll get jealous. It might not take the best first impression if you hype yourself up for speaking with Zin while in her presence. Motivational poster. Let's look. You didn't know people still hung up motivational posters unironically. The text changes every few seconds. Your only limits are the ones you give yourself. You couldn't be bothered to take this, and inspirational as it is, the walls at home are too dangerous to touch. Also, theft. Oh, taping the poster makes it switch to another slide. Oh, tapping. Don't touch me. Ah, okay. It seems perfectly happy with the one-sided conversation it's having with the office. The slide changes. Talk is cheap. Can you walk the walk? Can you walk the walk with such great enthusiasm? Okay, what's this photograph? Look at this photograph. Oh, I don't know why I sung that. I hate that song. A picture of a toupee. Toupee is an odd thing to frame. What? Oh wait, that's an animal of some kind. It's probably a spider. A daddy long legs. At least you think it's an animal.
Initial cross-references with the California Humane Society's legal pet species database are not yielding fast results.
Really? Okay, let's use photograph. You pick up the frame to examine it. There's no secret compartment hidden in the back.
You're adventuring in all the wrong places.
Alright. The lady at the desk is giving you a look. What kind of person walks in and looks at everything in the room before talking to the person in the room? It would be easier to talk if there were less hair and more distinguishable features. Okay, there's, let's see. Oh, there's some stuff I missed. Stash of video games. Ooh. Sweet, an unopened duck game.
This game gives me the urge to start quacking uncontrollably. Is something wrong with me?
Quiet, you. A mint condition Super Indie Kart Jr.
This game looks suitable if you're craving both high-speed racing action and watermelons.
Sounds like Mario Kart. Except Mario Kart doesn't have lemons. Look at this stash of video games.
Maybe later if you find something educational.
No.
Or an adventure game. Your investigative skills could use a tickle.
You shouldn't be playing video games right now. Talk to Stash. Shoot. Voice controls weren't popularized until the next generation of games. The most blabbing at these ones will get you is the system turning itself on. Woo, you saved yourself one whole button pushing. Okay, plant. Look at plant. The professional care these plants receive put your well-intentioned yet misguided overwatering to shame. Their leaves glimmer in the sun. They seem almost too perfect, too pristine. Wait, they're fake. I knew it. You reach out and scoot the plant an inch or two to the left. There, perfectly symmetrical now. What harmony. The plant actually moved too, I noticed that. Let's look at this one. Okay, same thing. What about jade plant? Zin must really love her desk plant. It's been meticulously trimmed and treated. Spoiled children get less attention than this plant. Human hands would only sully this little flawless foliage.
You can't just replace your Crossula ovata that easily.
This plant probably gets sung to in between its hourly spritzes and daily soil massages. You wouldn't know how to serenade it properly. Okay, I think that is everything in the room. Let's talk to what's-her-face, Zin. Look at Zin. A sharp-dressed woman stares you down. Don't look away. Okay, let's look at her again. Zin, augmented eye executive extraordinaire. That's what the plaque on her desk says, anyway. Touch Zin. No need to shake her hand before you speak. Don't think about messing with her. She's well connected in your field. She's giving me those come hither eyes. Talk to Zin.
Oh, hello. Welcome to Augmented Eye.
After finally?
You must be the journalist my network admin said would be showing up.
Yep.
Have a seat. Would you like a drink?
Sure. Water would be nice. A HAssy hot would hit the spot. Thanks, but no thanks. I'll just go with water.
My assistant will bring it right away. Look, I'll start off by saying I'm a little uncomfortable about bringing in another journalist to look into this.
Another journalist?
Whatever you dig up, I'll have to explain to the rest of the press. But it's still better than the other options.
Which one are those?
Chances are I have another corporation scoping out my territory.
Oh, okay.
If they aren't in the coalition, they'll be expecting a corporate spy, not a news hound.
Oh.
If they are in the coalition, it won't look good for me to send in my own reporters against my allies.
Okay.
Even if I do end up being right. So if I'm damned either way, I'd rather it be by the media. At least then we can fight back on a familiar battlefield. Now, what do you know about our problem here?
What was that again? Someone is tampering with your articles on the mesh?
That's the long and short of it. My network admin is pulling their hair out over it. I'm not going to pretend I understand everything they say, but from what I understand, the changes to our articles aren't being made from inside our network. The versions on our servers are still the originals, but at some point after they hit the mesh, they get changed. I'm hoping that you can do some digging, maybe hit up your contacts and get a lead on who might be doing it.
I'm guessing it's one of those mega corporations.
Even if I have to get answers from the nightly news, it will be a big help.
Okay, what kind of changes are being made? Why are you so sure this isn't an inside job? She already explained that. Do you have any idea where I should start looking? Well, I think the first question would get us the most results.
Mostly little things. Word choice, tone of the writing, things that make the writer appear more or less extreme on a topic.
Oh.
So far, almost all of the edits seem to be making our articles more positive on new technologies coming out, and more critical of organizations like the Human Revolution.
I wonder if it's what's his name? That guy on the chair's doing. The guy who needs his chair to live. I forgot his name already. Dr. Light? No. I always default to Dr. Light.
That's actually what tipped us off. A harsh criticism one of my writers made about the Human Revolution protests was changed to be downright vitriolic, and I had a hell of a time putting out the fires. My writers and readers aren't exactly fans of them, but I'd rather not pick fights with the Human Revolution if I don't have to.
Okay, why? Oh, I guess we gotta go down the line of questioning.
I guess I'm not, but my network admin assures me it's all coming from somewhere else. They told me that they tore out all of the routers that broadcast to the mesh and replaced them with fresh ones. All kinds of tricks involving IP addresses and DNS changes that I'm not going to even begin to claim to understand. I pay them big bucks, so I'm inclined to believe them unless you dig up something that tells me otherwise.
Hey, where should I start looking?
Not really. My admin says that only someone with intimate access to Parallax's network protocols could make these kind of changes as something passes across the net. Personally, I think it's a clever hacker rather than someone inside Parallax itself. The public trust rating of Parallax makes them look like a saint among wolves, so their control over the mesh network provisions is strangling. It's trivially easy to set up ROMs to use a different OS than LIPS or a different meshnet protocol without that trust. Or, you know, Parallax is abusing its power to spread pro-tech propaganda. Doubtful they need to.
Oh yeah, Parallax. That's the company I was trying to remember. Okay, if she doesn't think it's them, then I wonder who.
I'm sure you'll be a good journo and bring me back the right answer.
Sure. Okay, that's a start.
I I know tin hat conspiracies aren't an ideal start, but it's the best we can do with the info we have.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna have to,
Anything else I can tell you, off the record? If you want it on the record, it'll cost you your firstborn and a really good cigar.
Can you think of any reason why you're being targeted?
Like what? There isn't much more I can tell you about Augmented Eye, really. It's a fairly simple and straightforward operation, if I say so myself. We started off in Venezuela as a sleek current events and news organization in 2055, almost 10 years ago now. We focus on more in-depth reporting of on-the-street happenings, on top of major news. We're one of the few good ones left. Once folks in other cities saw the type of reporting we do, they all clamored for it. They invested in the right places and it paid off. HAssy Corp is happy to have us here in the OSF. It wasn't until hybrid tech started hitting the public sphere that we had to make any changes to our model. All of that said, I can't see why anyone would target us. Unless they're just trying to embroil us in a mudslinging match with the human revolution, and there are much more direct ways of making that happen.
Know if anyone else has articles being manipulated?
Alright, look. I wasn't going to tell you this. If it gets out, I'd have to answer some really hard questions. So, if you didn't hear this from me, you might want to go check out TMI Entertainment and Charlie Nova.
TMI Entertainment, Charlie Nova.
That's all I'll say. And remember, you take a bite out of him with my name as your defense, I drop you fast.
Oh, okay. What's the real reason you're bringing in outside help? Your own journalist should be able to handle digging up some dirt on a hacker.
What? Not wanting to answer prying questions from my coalition board isn't a good enough reason? Because I'd really like to avoid that. And look, you've covered culture wars, right?
Yep.
My journalists are good, but they're mostly good at gadget reviews, implant releases, not taking too many stims so they remember what they did at raves for the after-party reports. This needs an investigative journalist with serious contacts, not tech personalities.
I see.
The fact that my network admin recommended you to me means you probably know the right people. Now, does that cover it? I'd like to remove my nose from your ass.
Well, that's it for now. I'll get back to you if I have more questions.
No, don't bother. In hindsight, I probably should have been a bit more circumspect about speaking to you. Plausible deniability and all that.
Yeah, she's definitely a hard ass.
I won't ask you to lie in anything you write, but do remember you got in contact with me not even secondhand, but third hand. I certainly didn't sick you on anyone.
Okay.
Wink wink, nudge nudge, or whatever. If you need anything else, have your person get with my person. Don't come here directly. Now, I'd show you the door, but you know the way. And this isn't the only fire I'm trying to put out. Good luck, and goodbye.
Alright, I guess that's the last we see of her.
Well, that was more confrontational than I'd have expected, considering she was the one needing help. She never brought you that water, either. Is it always like this?
She knows the game, but we didn't walk away with nothing. People don't usually give away much. Secrets are expensive. Without lies, there wouldn't be much to write about. It always seems like it's the first answer that I leaned forward towards.
Very true. I will admit that I am interested in the possibility of a link back to Parallax. If all of this really is due to somebody manipulating the mesh net on the inside, it may give us the leverage we need to find out what happened to Hayden once and for all.
Oh, that's his name, Hayden. Yeah.
That said, I will take care not to get my hopes up. We should make no assumptions when investigating, lest we lead ourselves down a false path. Anyway, seems like our next step is... What the...
Oh, what's going on? Oh, it's the lady we were just talking to.
What the... That's it!
Crap, somebody killed her for talking. What the hell happened? Oh no, we need to go help her. Well, that's one way to get plausible deniability. I would answer with this one.
She was defenestrated.
Defenestrated? That's a new $5 word that I haven't run into yet.
Emergency services are already on the way, and we are severely ill-equipped to help her. We should head back to her office and see if we can determine what happened here. Perhaps we can still dispense justice.
Okay, let's take a look at some of these people. Oh, I guess we can't do it. No, gotta go head straight inside.
It looks like the desk has been cleared off. Let's take a look around, but be careful not to disturb any evidence. The police will be here soon.
Yeah, and us being in here makes it look real suspicious. Okay, real sus. Okay. IK-47, look at him.
Even a ROM like that doesn't deserve an end like this.
The IK unit lies still. It looks like it was destroyed mid-data appraisal. Don't touch it. It's still evidence, and there's no putting it back together.
I wouldn't want you to keep that thing anyway.
Snooty little thing. The audio receptors are one of its more visibly damaged parts.
It's already gone.
Okay, what is this? Shredded jade plant. The flawless foliage hath fallen.
Even the very best can't make it in this city.
Can't fix it, no use trying. It's in the big greenhouse in the sky now. That's funny.
Good night, Green Prince, and flocks of ladybugs buzz thee to thy rest.
Oh, Super Family Link. Look, and here you are, peeking at the video games after you've been told repeatedly to get what you need and hurry out of this place. Who gives a crap about the likely murder of a woman? Let's use this opportunity to thumb through her hella rad Super Fam collection. Didn't you ever learn not to touch other people's games without asking? Game scholars believe that gaming is a social experience. Unfortunately, game studies doesn't overrule property law. It's not plugged into the monitor, and your imagination is only so powerful, okay? Okay, do it quick. She's not looking. There, got it out of your system. Yeah, definitely. No, you're still not through? Stash of video games. You ignore the murderer. Oh, okay, yeah. Thumb through the cartridges. When's the last time you saw a copy of Crosscode?
This is a video game about being a person in a video game, in a sense.
Very meta.
Maybe later if you find something educational.
Nope.
Or an adventure game. Your investigative skills could use a tickle.
I tried playing Mario's Time Machine. Oh no, Mario is missing, and that was enough education for me. I think the only fun educational game I liked playing as a kid was there was a couple of learning to type games that I liked playing. Mavis Beacon was one of them. It was kind of the more boring one, but there was another one that had like a cartoon character, I think. Anyway. Okay, although VR still dominates, the few traditional style games released this year were glorified interactive films and shoddy remakes. That one button press you spared was a sizable percentage of the experience.
I'm sorry, were you thinking rude thoughts about new technology again? You didn't have to say anything. I knew.
Okay. Monitor.
Her personal computer is not password protected at the moment. Give me a moment to look through her files. Best to keep your fingerprints off of the keyboard.
Okay.
Most of this isn't very interesting. Committee reports, financials, article submissions. Oh, here we go. According to this email between Zin and her network admin, her lead on TMI Entertainment is a little more solid than she led us to believe.
TMI Entertainment.
The admin ran a web crawler looking for changes in writing styles. Some blog posts by their head anchor Charlie Nova stood out like a sore thumb. Apparently he's a bit pompous, if in an affable way, and his blog usually just details his day-to-day life. But ever since the human revolution has been in town, he's been smearing them with more venom than you'd expect, considering how neutral his on-air reporting has been.
So this has got to be Charlie Nova's doing, I think. Or at least this murder, I'm thinking.
Zin seemed to think he was just complaining about the protesters fouling up traffic, and whoever is manipulating these posts spun it to make him look critical of the movement as a whole. Just like the augmented eye journalist. This Charlie fellow is the one we need to talk to.
Okay, desk. Look. This desk is probably out of your price range. Okay. Same thing. Okay, I think that's as much as... Oh, let's take a look at the broken window here.
My thermal sensors only detect a single set of lingering footprints, and they end almost 3 feet away from the window. Considering the density of this glass, I can't imagine Zin jumped from that far and managed to throw herself through the pane without help.
Yep, she was thrown.
But who could have done it? I don't see any obvious marks on the floor or any other thermal hotspots.
I wonder if it's a ROM of some sort. You're saying no one else was in here?
It doesn't look like it. We should go. There isn't anything else here, and the police are almost on the scene.
Son of a...
Oh, we got caught.
I should have figured the two of you would be here. You just won't stay out of trouble no matter what I say, will you?
Lay off, will you? You don't know what you're talking about. This is a total misunderstanding.
I assure you, Detective Rivers, we are merely in the wrong place at the wrong time. We had an appointment with Zin to discuss a possible lead and found her office in this state of disrepair.
Of course you did. Damn it. Fine. Get the hell out of here before anyone else shows up. We'll chat about the case more when I'm not busy scraping bodies off the pavement. You hear me?
Yep.
Certainly, Detective Rivers. I'll forward you a report of what we know immediately, and we can speak further at a later time.
Yeah, whatever. Get moving.
So nice to have her on her side. Why did you lie to Lexi? We could have told her about the articles. No, I didn't think she would buy it. She wouldn't have from me. I'll ask him this one.
Because it's better this way. We are chasing smoke trails. You think she would assist such an unlikely investigation? I do not need you to infer upon my motivations or highlight my duplicity.
Oh, he's getting snappy.
Detective Rivers Rivers has every bit of information that Zinn gave us on that computer. Her investigation will not be hampered by our absence, whereas ours is halted if we're stuck giving answers she can just as well get from a hard drive. Literally.
Literally.
Has it occurred to you that whoever threw Zinn out of that window could be after the same thing we are, except to silence the story rather than to get it out?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
We have little time for fooling about and must get to Charlie Nova before something happens to him too. Now, unless you have further recriminations to level at me, we must not squander the time my dishonesty bought us.
Alright. Jeez.
I have highlighted the main Neo SF offices for TMI Entertainment on your map.
TMI Entertainment added to City map.
Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, let's take a look at these here. Police car. Look at police car. A police cruiser is awkwardly parked by the office building. The tire marks stretching behind it indicate it got here in a hurry. You're thankful you don't have the siren on. Don't mess with the official law enforcement property. Step away from the vehicle. This isn't your fight, citizen DBL. He knows my name. Wee-oo. Okay, let's look. I think I mentioned this before, but these guys look like those old-fashioned washing machines where it kind of has a spinner in the middle, and then when you're done, the head looks like kind of like that. Those two rolling pins that squeeze the water out. Yeah, pretty dangerous for kids. You can ask my oldest sister. She got caught in one. Let's see here. Look at the ROM. A few ED-64 and 72 units have arrived on the scene and set up a perimeter. They've successfully cordoned off the area. Looks like they aren't allowing anyone in. Okay. Use. The police don't look kindly on citizens getting grabby with the officers, even if they're ROMs. In what possible circumstance would you think that would be correct course of action? Okay. Some of these things you look at either have 2 or 3 responses or text boxes. Talk. I'm sorry, you had to witness this, citizen DBL. Keep your head up. We will move beyond this day. Very affirmative. Wait, what do you call it? Very encouraging. Not encouraging. Consoling. Yeah, there we go. The LRF will conduct a full investigation and exhaust all available resources. You have 10 seconds to comply. Okay. I think they all say the same thing. Yeah. Let's get out of here. Okay, on to TMI.
I hope some pity for me still remains, considering my recent tone, because I'm honestly not sure where we should start. I suppose we should just ask the receptionist to point us to somebody who can answer our questions.
Alright. Do you know anything about the TMI Entertainment? What do you know about Charlie Nova? Sounds like a plan. Okay, do you know anything about TMI Entertainment?
Honestly, you do have your own mesh access, yes?
You know, Turing is slowly becoming a jerk, a little asshole if you ask me.
I'm quite certain you can handle all the casual searches you might feel like making. We hardly have time for me to blather out every bit of exposition you desire when you can just go look it up on your own.
It's like the game took notice that I was looking at everything and it's starting to get pissed off at me. I'm pretty sure you, the viewer, too, is probably getting a little antsy, thinking, like, just move the story along. But, you know what? I'm just going to keep playing this way. I'm sorry. I thought this was a long play. Anyway. Okay, let's go look it up on your own. You just do a good job of making it concise. So now you decide to shut up? I'm gonna say that.
Quite.
Oh, he's pissed off at me now. She has dog ears. No, rabbit ears. Okay, let's get the game pissed off and look at all the stuff. Entertainment logo. The logo for TMI Entertainment. Basic but sleek. The typeface beams back at you with its vintage vibe. Okay. Touch. Too cheap to steal, too expensive to replace. That also describes how most people keep their jobs at TMI. The sign is full of itself and won't talk to you unless you're a celebrity. Maybe there is such a thing as too much information. Oh, the game is telling me to move along too. Table. Look at table. A small industrial end table. Cute color. It's welded to the floor, so it must be important. Look at plant. The plant in the corner is supported by a few stakes that are stuck in the middle of the planter.
This species grows flowers in the spring.
Shut up.
We can't take it. It's too young to go through that much change.
Who asked you?
Some of us just have to grow up in Hollywood. This plant is clearly young. You should encourage it.
Stay in school? Eat your greens? Okay, what's this? Buzzer. Look at buzzer. The door buzzer teases you by being just out of reach and by carrying the threat of security with it. Oh, the minute bureaucratic power, the mechanical satisfaction of the yielding button click. Use buzzer. It's not yours to press, but the urge is powerful. Just reach a little bit further. You get the feeling it would just cut you off with an annoying buzz. You don't need to bargain with a tool. Okay. What about this thing here? A short, scruffy plant sits squarely at the side of the desk. Everything about it screams, I'm only here because a business lecturer said it would help with the lobby aesthetic. The plant dodges your touch. Word about you is spreading. Oh, that's funny. You wind back and give the plant a high five, each strand lining up with your fingers. The receptionist recoiled. Listen to your body. Talk to plants. Ignore people.
I'm right here.
Oh, this game is starting to become more and more entertaining with its background, what do you call it, dialogues. Okay, let's look at the receptionist. A hybrid receptionist bobs on her heels. She's either had a long day standing or is just fidgety. I think rabbits tend to be fidgety as well. Her nervous tapping is almost in rhythm with the sound of her clicking heels.
I know you're used to computers being your only coworkers, but with humans, you only have to speak to them if you want them to do something.
Aha.
Though I wouldn't blame you for a tap on the shoulder. She seems easily distracted.
Okay, let's talk to her now.
Welcome to TMI Entertainment Incorporated. Do you have an appointment?
Do I? No, but we need to talk to whomever is in charge here. We need to speak with Charlie Nova. I have a story we're about to break, and I wanted to offer TMI an opportunity to comment. Okay, we'll just be direct. Yeah, we don't have time.
I really can't let you in without an appointment.
Oh.
I can maybe pencil you in for next Wednesday? We don't have time for this. People's lives are on the line here, and all you care about is an appointment?
Calm down, Turing. Yeah, they're right.
Oh, look, if it's that important, I can buzz you through to sympathy. But she isn't going to be very happy about being bothered off schedule, so don't get your hopes up. And, try not to make her too mad. I'll be the one dealing with the fallout.
Okay, we'll try, bunny girl.
Right. Of course. I apologize. We will be as tactful as possible, I assure you.
Okay, she's over on the other side of the room.
Cool.
Head straight there, because she doesn't like it when people bother the talent.
Nice. Let's bother the talent. Okay, inactive camera, look. The cameras rest in their rigs, inactive.
I think it would be fun to be on TV, but I would need a good script. I'd probably say something silly otherwise.
You aren't in the right union to operate these. There are many different types of journalism. Some of them involve touchiness. Yours does not. I was looking at, I came across, I just happened to be going down a YouTube rabbit hole, and I was looking at, I came across cameras, movie cameras and stuff. And the cameras that they use to film modern day movies, as recent as, Avengers Endgame. There's I forget what it's called, RE Rentals, Alexa 65. Those cost $150,000 just for the camera itself. But I think it's $900 to rent it a day, and that's just the camera, not the whole rig and stuff. Yeah, I was just curious about that. I was thinking I wonder how much it would cost to get a movie quality camera. But yeah, I think you'd have to win the lottery and start a business and have a business running for years. And once you have enough, stupid rich people money, you have stupid amounts of money, maybe you can shoot a movie if you have a decent script. Anyway, talk to interactive camera, inactive camera. They aren't recording. You'll get your 15 minutes another day.
Video diaries of our adventure may not be a bad idea, but perhaps on cameras we actually own.
Alright. I think it says the same thing. Yep. Newsroom employee. Assistant. A film assistant of some kind taking a break. They probably get to meet all kinds of celebrities. What's up? You've been tuning into the show? Whatever you need help with, you should go to Sympathy. Newsrom. Look. An 80NL newsrom putters speedily across the production floor, frantically looking for the next big scoop. A headline ticker scrolls along the display module atop its head, casing. Oh, but it's what? It also has a teleprompter attachment that displays whatever script is currently uploaded. Okay, speedily across, frantically looking for the next big scoop. Headline ticker scrolls along the display module atop its head casing, but it flashes empty. There are no major stories breaking at the moment. Don't pick it up while it's working. If you make the ROM miss breaking news, it'll break you. Okay. The newsroom doesn't care to take a comment from an unaffiliated freelancer. You ask the ROM about current events, instead it just lights up. Kinda cute. Newsroom employee. Who is this? It's TMI's leading cinematographer. At least it seems like one. I wonder if that's Sympathy. He's got cool hair. Okay, it's a he. Thought it was a she at first. Or, I guess in this day and age, they. Talk to newsroom employee.
Hey, you, over here, now.
Who's that? Is that Sympathy?
What are you doing bothering my people? I thought
yeah.
I told Nina to cancel all my appointments for the day. I swear, that girl couldn't find her ears if I taped them over her eyes. At least she makes a decent cup of coffee.
Are you Sympathy? Nina said we should speak to you.
Yes, I am. And if you don't mind, I keep the show running here, so I'll be brief. What are you doing in my building?
We've been given a lead on a story that involves one of your personalities, Charlie Nova. Someone has been manipulating his articles on the meshnet and turning them into scathing attacks against the human revolution. We're trying to track the culprit, and we need to talk to Mr. Nova to hunt down further leads.
You let your ROM do all the talking for you? Must be one of those new interrogation modules all the fresh meat rave about. Of course I know someone's been modifying Charlie's articles. I'm tracking them down myself. What I want to know is why I should help you snatch the scoop out from underneath me. Super hacker twists meshnet news for personal political vendetta? The clicks basically farm themselves.
He or they have some pretty interesting looking shades there. It's like just picked up a broken piece of mirror off the floor and just made glasses out of them. We're willing to trade info with you. I'm willing to break the story under TMI's banner. Say that to Zin. Yeah, I guess we could name drop her now, right? Since she's dead? No. Okay.
Not interested. I already have a pretty decent idea of where to look next. And if that doesn't pan out, I have our primary server cluster chewing through mesh posts looking for inconsistencies. I'll figure this one out on my own, without some newbie mucking things up.
Well, I guess we'll have to go with this one.
I'm not hiring, kid. I admire your spirit, but I've got people putting in lots of hours on this one. You're not getting the credit because you think you have a hot lead. Plus, if you really did, you wouldn't be here begging for my scraps.
Say that to Zin.
Zin? Augmented eyes, Zin? What does Zin have to do with this?
She's the one who gave us the lead to begin with. Then, someone threw her out of her office window.
Yep.
We figured Mr. Nova might be next, and we wanted to get to him first.
Holy shit. Fine, I'll let you talk to Charlie. If someone is trying to kill people over this, I'd rather it be out and done with as fast as possible. I mean, shit, we're an entertainment scene. Nobody should die for that. But hey, watch yourself with Charlie. He's a pompous clown, but he's my pompous clown. Keep it civil, or I'll throw your ass out and figure this out on my own. Now get on it. I need to make some calls.
Okay, so we can look around here. Is this Charlie? That's gotta be him. Okay, Okay. Talent show host. Look, it's June Valmer Anna from OK Today. I don't know who that is.
Everything. I'm June Fowler Anna. OK Today.
What a great catchphrase. What an icon. News desk. These sturdy desks are built specifically to make the nicest noise when jogging papers on them. You know, when you take a stack of papers and tap them on the desk to straighten and square the edges, aligning them together, that's what news hosts do. Camera. Look, 2 cameras have been set up to cover the main news desk. They look to be prepped for a wide-angle medium-long shot and a close-up. If a live broadcast were shooting right now, you'd be in big trouble for moving it. Till then, hopefully nobody will notice the frame is zoomed in way too close. The camera pans over half an inch. You really got them good. Talk to camera. Let's just say that there's a reason you were in print media. Oh, that's funny. You might not be an anchor, but that's your hook. Whoops.
This is the standard 2-camera setup for today's news broadcasts. Older studios used 3 or 4 cameras, but that was back when segments like sports and weather were shot in-house. But you knew all that, right?
I guess so. Okay. I think we got through all that. Okay, look at monitor. A few in-work progress versions of the next show's graphics are being tested on the monitors. Oops, there's a misspelling in the story about an escaped zoo flamingo. Hopefully they'll fix that before going live. Whoever perfected the half-screen's news ticker must have been very resistant to migraines. It's already on. The day's events, gossip, and market return scrolls in all directions in the background screen. These are designed for internal feedback, not curious poking. They aren't the public news screens you find in Union Square. Careful what inanimate objects you try talking to, or you could be the next headline. If you have an issue with the graphics, you should talk to the person who makes them. Sympathy, look. Sympathy, the production manager for TMI. She looks nonsense, but serene in her frenzy, okay? So she's a she. Let's see here. Talent show host, look. He's practically glowing and has people waiting on him hand and foot. Definitely the talent Charlie Nova. Nice hairdo. Oh fine, you can touch my hair once. That was nice. No, he meant it. That was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Okay. Talk.
Fantastic! How fantastic! I just love your ROM.
Wow, they actually got somebody who sounds like a television personality for this speaking role.
Not quite as stunning as mine, but still pretty grand. Very sleek, very clean. Bravo. Oh, Sympathy is doing that thing where she waves at me to hurry things up. Right down to brass tacks then, I suppose. Wait! I forgot to introduce myself.
Charlie Nova?
I'm Charlie Nova, host of Tonight in the Stars and Star in the Stratosphere. But you already knew that, I'm sure. What can I do for you,
Okay, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? What can you tell me about TMI, okay? A little bit about yourself.
Oh, you flatter me. Yes, you do. I can't imagine you've come all this way just to get my story. Have you?
No.
After all, I've already published my very own splendid 100% original autobiography, Like a Nova. But I suppose I can give you a quick rundown, even if Sympathy is giving me the stink eye. I grew up here on the mean streets of Neo-SF, but my jocular nature and striking countenance got me scouted for a few small product advertisements. And the rest is not so ancient history. Now I'm the host of the largest celebrity news show on the mesh, and I couldn't be happier.
Cool. You would have thought that somebody as pompous as him would have wanted to get into, shows and movies or something like that.
It's all thanks to my swarms of fans, though. They're the ones who count.
What can you tell me about TMI?
Yes, any additional information on your station would be greatly appreciated.
Well, it's the best damn network on the planet, I can tell you that. We put out top-notch news and entertainment, but with real heart that our competitors just can't match. But if you really want to know about TMI, you need to know about Sympathy.
Sympathy?
It's her pride and joy, after all. Sure, she can be a little acerbic, and sure, she calls me a poofy-haired oaf all the time, but you can really tell she cares, you know? Deep down. I'm not sure if that throat-cutting gesture she's making is a signal to move to another topic or a threat against my physical well-being. So, let's move on. What next?
Okay, have you heard that your stories are getting altered once they get posted on the mesh? Do the mesh.
Oh, it may have come up in the last lunch meeting we had, but Sympathy assured me that it was some kind of technical glitch, and our support people were on top of it. They're top-notch, the absolute best money can buy. So I don't think there's anything more to say on the subject.
Okay, we've heard of other people's posts getting altered too. You're telling me that you don't know anything at all? Look, Charles, we're just trying to get to the bottom of this. Okay, Okay, I wonder if he'll say something if we say this.
That's very upsetting. I hope you've passed along that information to Sympathy. I'm certain our tech people will be able to find the culprit in short order once they know enough about it. I really don't know what I have to do with it, though.
Chuck, I'm sure you're better informed than that, right? You're at the top of this heap, yeah? It's a bit worrying that you don't know more. It was your posts they were manipulating. Let's try this one.
It's Charlie. And of course, I'm the leading man around here. Who has said otherwise? I'm not quite certain what you think it is that I don't know, but I assure you that I know what it is.
He doesn't know.
You won't be able to trip me up that easily.
If they can access your stories, what else can they get on you? We're just worried for your safety. Someone has already ended up in hospital over this chip. Okay, I think if we put a little bit of worrisome pressure on him.
It's Charlie. And Sympathy never mentioned that. But still, she said the tech guys are on top of it, and I'm gonna have to go with her on this. I'm not scared of some boogeyman. This isn't the first time I've dealt with something like this. Security has to throw out obsessed fans all the time.
Okay, this is not obsessed fans.
I'm made of sterner stuff than you think.
Okay, why can't we work together? Zin was thrown out of her office building window over this. Bury your head in sand. Bury your head in the sand if you want. This isn't going away. Okay. Let's see.
It's Charlie, damn it! And wait, what?
Yeah, someone murdered Zin.
What on earth? Okay. I'll tell you what I know.
I knew it. I knew we just had to mention Zin's death and he would have shared something that he's hiding. Or that he has.
I didn't realize how serious this had gotten. But I'm always glad to play the hero.
Yeah, sure.
Unfortunately, I really only have conjecture to offer you. Trust me, I'd love to lay down some earth-shattering pronouncement and dazzle you with my investigative skills. But all I've got is flimsy threads at best. The thing is, all this stuff with my stories, stuff getting changed, making me look like I don't like the human revolution or whatever, it started after I had an upgrade made to my VR uplink hardware.
Upgrade? What kind of upgrade?
The technically legal kind. Look, I like to have a good time at a party, right?
Yep.
But sympathy keeps hammering on me for pounding back too much crash and whatnot. Nothing illegal, but she says it makes me look like shit on camera the next day. So I went to this guy I know, good guy, everyone uses him. He's called Nanya.
Nanya.
He does great work after just one simple back alley brain surgery, bing bang boom.
Back alley brain surgery?
I can use an app to make my VR uplink have the same effect on my brain that the stims do, without all the nasty physical side effects. It could be a coincidence, though. The tech guys didn't find anything wrong with my uplink, and they say the modifications check out. But that Nanya guy does a lot of work for media people around here, so if a bunch of posts are getting changed, maybe that's your weak link. Anyway, that's it. Pretty flimsy, but I'll send you the address and you can go talk to him.
Cool. Nanya's added to city map.
If he'll even see you, that is.
Well, we've been having good luck for seeing people. First we came and seen what's her face, the bearded lady, and then Charlie Nova. Thanks for the help.
Oh, it was no problem. No problem at all. I'm quite happy to assist in any way I can. Just make sure you source me in your article, right?
Sure.
Maybe run a rough draft past me and I'll give you some quotes.
Sure.
I'm certain that'll help signal boost the story all the way to the stratosphere.
Cool.
Give it the old Charlie Nova bump.
Alright. Yeah, just really shilling himself.
Anyhow, I really have to get back to work. You wouldn't believe how long it takes to put all this together before a show. Let me know how it goes with the murderous hacker thing. My ROM will call your ROM.
Alrighty. Okay, so it looks like we can get out of here now. Okay, let's talk to what's-her-face? Nina? It's Nina, the fidgety hybrid receptionist for TMI. Her nervous tapping's all okay.
I know you're used to computers being...
Let's talk to her now.
Oh, go right on through.
Okay, let's get out of here. We were gonna leave anyway. Okay, map. And let's go to, what's this? Nanya's.
This looks like the spot. I'm awfully nervous and still a bit shaken up. Let's hurry and get out of here.
Okay. Let's look at all the stuff. Rubbish. Look. A mess of wet paper and rotten food sits sloppily stuck to the ground. What was once perhaps meat is now pulpy brown paste. Yeah. Talk to rubbish. Mouth to trash proximity should always be kept at maximum distance possible. Give it a few more weeks. This might evolve into something that can talk back.
I have 16 different health notifications advising against that.
This is the kind of trash that likes to slop between fingers. Ugh. Box of donuts. A box of stale-looking donuts sits on the ground. "Run, donut, walk" is written on the side of the box. Take old donuts, leave them all. We'll take them.
Wait, those
Wait.
are... sure, why not? We're already carrying spoiled milk.
Donuts added to items. Look. A defiant young wrestler is leaning up against the brick wall. She looks rebellious, but she doesn't appear to have any cause. Oh wait, no she does. It says so on the mesh. Touch wrestler.
Touch me and I'll hit you with my finishing move, the Chickle Chickle Bang Bang!
Alright.
That's where I toss you up and let the needles of my spiky hair tear you apart!
Okay.
Sometimes I do a vertical diving headbutt and drive my hair straight into your gut. Hee-haw!
She's a redneck too. Okay.
Don't mess with a violent wing.
Talk to wrestler.
Howdy! You can call me Cactus Canary.
Cactus Canary?
Our aerodynamic assault will rain down on you from the heavenly skies.
Okay, let's take a look at this. Junks! Look at Junks.
This is genius. The contrast of the art's colors to the walls, the way the letters stretch out, not to mention the accented punctuation amplifying the outcry. Who are the Junks, and to whom are they unworthy? It truly invokes the question, are we not all just machines? I mean, for you it does, presumably.
Use Junks. You don't think you should be reaching past professional wrestler in front of you.
Don't try to rub it. Of course, a tech journalist would have no respect for art and culture.
Quiet, you. You open your mouth to speak, but you remember a picture is worth 1,000 words. This piece of art will always speak louder. Window. A thick grate covers the window, making it look like the outside of a prison cell. It is too high up on the building to see anything but a few shelves. Use window. It is too high to get a grip on, even when jumping from the sidewalk. You still can reach it, but the pebbles you throw make a nice ping when they hit the bars. Satisfying. No shady figure, or any figure for that matter, appears to respond to your calls from the street. The punks around here are looking at you funny now. Maybe chill out a bit. Look at the air conditioner. An industrial-sized air conditioner rattles near the window. A few strips of paper flap around its vents. The outer box is shaking a little from the rumbling. Must be set on high. Your mechanical repair skills need to be at least level 23 to hack this. To re-optimize your Cyberpunk CP points, go to the Sphere Select screen and apply your ability orbs to correct upgrade aperture zone. What? If you could get a good handle around it, that pipe could be a deadly tool. DBL with lead pipe at Nanya's business. Talk to air conditioner. It's not a very hot topic, rather room temperature. The AC unit is drowning out all the other sound near it. Business door, garage door, gated door, wrestler. Tough boy. Look at Tough boy. Tough boy is scribbled shoddily on the building in spray paint. It's not very illustrative. Isn't there a phrase people say when they see this?
Omae wa mo shinderu.
What? That's the one.
This lacks the anger and passion I usually find in this type of street art. No layering, no grand design, nothing inspired or imaginative.
Use Tough boy. You find yourself lacking the rough edge needed to express yourself in street art. In fact, you pretty much lack rough edges in general. You are, for all purposes of this graffiti, a circle. There is nothing to add. The message has gotten across rather well. The message of tough and of boy. It's speaking rather violently already. Alright. Window, does it say the same thing? The lights on the ceiling give off a creepy dim glow. A thick grate covers the window, making it look like outside a prison cell. Okay, yeah, it says, who's this wrestler? This wrestler is the powerhouse in the Neo SF Wrestling Federation's hot and new stable, the Violent Wings. According to the Mesh, they're a group of highly ranked wrestlers who form up some sort of battalion. The rest of the group includes Cactus Canary over there, plus Iron Kate, the Baroness, and Nadezda. She looks ready to deliver a neck breaker to whomever bothers her next. Okay, she looks ready to deliver a frog splash to whoever bothers her next. Okay.
Hey there. I go by Night Witch.
Night Witch.
My name has some pretty cool history behind it. We're some badass ladies who bomb hellfire on anyone.
Gated door, garage door. Okay. Let's look at this gated door. A heavy-duty security door stands firmly shut. It looks remarkably thick even from far away. Use gated door. That handle looks like it's having a major party with tetanus. It won't budge anyway. Great, now you probably need a shot and still can't get in. Garage door, look. A metal garage door guards the side entrance. Its lock and handle have rusted slightly. Use garage door. The thick latch clangs loudly, sending an echo along the alley. This immovable object is stronger than your unstoppable force. Okay, let's look at Nanya's business door. Look.
I think this is the place, but of course it lacks any appropriate signage. Frankly, the state of this industry and the current political climate don't give me much hope for my own legal status when word inevitably gets out about me. Regulation regarding cybernetic implants is a massive intersection between medical and tech industries. I'm rather surprised the Human Protection Act was even passed, but I suppose the possibility of hybrid genetics being passed on to offspring meant there was a considerable push from biotech companies due to patent law, and the laws about cybernetics got tacked on. Never mind. I'm just ranting. This entire investigation has been frustrating. Let's get in there and get this over with.
Alright. Okay, let's look at it again.
I was just ranting. This entire investigation has been frustrating. Let's get in there and get this over.
Okay, yeah. Use talk to business door. Sadly, this isn't one of those cool speakeasy doors with the sliding panel in the front.
You don't even know the secret password.
Open Sesame. Please. Bell lock. You mutter out quesadilla and wait a beat. No luck. Use door.
Hold up there, Speedy.
Is that Nanya?
I've never seen the two of you around here before, and I know everybody. Why don't you let me know what's going on here first before you start barging through people's doors? Feel me?
Hello? We're just here to speak to Nanya about something.
Just got into town and you're already asking favors from folks, huh? Tisk, 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 my little blue friend.
What? No, it's not like that. Listen, we don't want any trouble, but we're kind of in a hurry.
trouble. There's no trouble here. We can be friends.
For what price?
I like this one. You're a little more street smart than your blue bot buddy here, I see. No, I like you too. You're cool in my book.
Okay.
And since we're all such good friends now, maybe you'll be willing to give back to the community and do a favor for your new pal Formula first.
Formula? What kind of favor?
You see, I'm a budding street musician. Working on my next big hit, feel me? But I'm sorta stuck on a few lines. I just gotta get these last few rhymes right.
Okay.
Maybe you could share a little of your creativity with me and see what we come up with.
Alright.
And it'll be fun.
I don't know. We don't really have the time for this. Okay, maybe we could help you out a little.
Are you sure about this?
Sure. Yeah.
You know how important this has become. Time is of the essence.
Well, we need his help, it seems like.
You don't have time to not help me.
Huh?
What do you think would take longer? Helping an up-and-coming singer-songwriter finish a guaranteed worldwide hit? Or you could ignore me and maybe I'll send over an anonymous tip to the Neo SFPD. You see, I know for a fact that everything inside this shop here is 100% legal. But I bet whatever you got in your mind sure ain't. Even if they didn't find anything, it'd take the rest of the day to iron out. People like you don't come down here for anything boring. We clean up good. How well do you cover your tracks when you're in such a hurry, I wonder?
A blackmailer.
This isn't good.
You had to open your mouth, Turing. That's the problem.
If Lexi in particular gets suspicious and starts tracking us down, things will become rougher for us. Not to mention all the other people it could indirectly affect. This whole case is life or death.
Kind of a dramatic rhyme, man. But I made my point clear. If you don't help me out, I'll make sure you never get in to see Nanya at all. He's my buddy. Done me a favor or two, so I return him when I'm asked. That's how we do things around here.
Fine, we'll help you finish your damn song.
I knew you'd see it my way. All you gotta do is help me complete my rhymes, you dig?
Sure.
A couple of them are just missing a word or two, but if I really want to make this song fantastic, I'm gonna need some killer inspiration. It's gonna be super crazy. Anyway, you ready for this?
Sure, go for it. Well, let's do it.
Gonna give it a shot? That's what I like to hear. Here's the first line I'm having trouble with. You ready?
Yeah.
It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of, hang on a second.
An elephant ear, old racing gear, holiday cheer on the old frontier. My holiday cheer?
It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of my holiday cheer.
Alright.
Hey, yeah, that totally works. Great idea, thanks a ton. Here's the next line. Ready? Pay attention now. If you bring mistletoe, you knock me off my guard. And if you want my number, You know, for this one, I don't think words are gonna be enough. I'm gonna need some inspiration to make it come together. If you've got anything to show me that you think will help me out, let me know.
What? Okay, let's see. Guard ID card, spoiled milk, headphones, electrophasal pistol, business card, brochure from the Human Revolution, a brick, a janky box of donuts. Okay, how about business card?
If you bring mistletoe, you'll knock me off my guard. But if you want my number, I'll give you my business card. Hey, that totally works.
Okay.
Really, thanks so much. I'd never be able to write a song like this without you.
A Christmas-themed love song?
He's not going far if he needs help from random strangers all the time.
Aren't those supposed to be pretty tacky?
All right, now I need your help with just one more line. I promise it's the last one.
All right.
This one's been driving me up a wall. I hope you can tackle it as well as you did the others. Ready? Here we go. This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a nice pair of, damn it. This is getting embarrassing. There's no way to salvage this one without some seriously fresh inspiration, yo. Don't lose hope. I'm sure it'll hit us any second now.
Okay, headphones. Those damn headphones.
This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a pair of GX Ultra beats.
What?
That doesn't rhyme.
Headphones.
Oh man, you totally threw off my style with that one. I'm gonna keep thinking, but let me know if you come up with anything new.
Haven't you ever rapped before?
Okay, medium range laser pistol, business card, brochure for the Human Revolution, a brick, janky donuts. What do I... Okay. Talk to Mullah.
Alright, now I need your help with just one more line. I promise it's the last one. This one's been driving me up a wall. Ready?
Okay.
This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a nice pair of, This is getting embarrassing. There's no way to
Okay.
Don't lose hope. I'm sure.
Okay, items. What? A data disk, parallax badge, headphones with a pair of donuts, a brick, brochure, business card, electrophasal pistol, the damn headphones. Whoops.
This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a pair of GX Ultra beats. That doesn't rhyme. Oh man, you totally threw off my style.
Okay, so where do I go to find this? Well, his inspiration. Okay, I think we'll need to go and look.
Can't go anywhere until we solve for Mullah's missing rhymes.
Oh, okay, I think we need to use something. What is this, trash? Bunches of crunched up plastic have been conjoined with miscellaneous rubbish down near the gutter. It looks like a sad recyclable tumbleweed. There isn't a recyclable bin nearby, so there would be no sense of smug satisfaction in grabbing it. By your powers combined, This trash remains on the street. It looks like the kind of garbage pile that wouldn't shut up about the importance of recycling. You don't have 5 hours to spend going over the difference between compost and waste. Alright. Let's see. ID card. Spoiled milk. Donuts?
This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a pair of yummy Christmas scones.
Okay.
He does know those are donuts, right?
Now that's what I call a tasty beat. That was amazing. I can't believe you pulled it off. Whatever you do for work now, it doesn't matter. You should become a musician. We totally become rivals, and I bet you that... On second thought, you keep your day job. This is my territory. Feel me?
Sure.
But you did help out in a huge way, so I guess you're cool. Go on in and see Nanya whenever you want. I'll just be chilling out here, soaking up the inspiration of my surroundings, baby.
Here, you can keep the scones.
Donuts removed from items.
It was nice meeting you, Formula.
Hey, you too, little Bob Blue. Hey, that kinda rhymes.
Let's go.
Alright, use. Okay, let's take a look around here. Look. Lung augments, spine augments. Cybernetic arms, all made by the Dynamo brand. Not exactly prime advertising real estate, but for implants, you can't get much better. Poking the screen causes a ring of color to ripple out from your fingertip. Oh yeah, I used to do that with some LCD screens. Use ad screen.
Unless you want to get charged for a dynamo.
Oh. Who was talking to me? Talk to ad screen. The screen doesn't respond to verbal commands at all. It doesn't even look like its information can be upgraded anywhere but the back end. Either they went retro with this screen or they really don't want outside hands prodding it. Based on the CRT monitor in the room, it's probably the former. Okay, let's see here. What's this? Panel. Look at panel. A small panel in the wall belches out many loose stray wires. Maybe they're for powering the surgery equipment. The screws in the corner of the casing look frayed. Whoever maintains it clearly doesn't know how to use a screwdriver. The screws are practically shredded. The panel casing isn't going anywhere. Getting any closer to that is likely dangerous. Wires. Look at wires. A colossal mess of tangled wires sprawl on the floor. With a proper head tilt and eye squint, it kind of looks like the Mooney map. Without those indecipherable new Bart strains, of course. Stains? Stranger stains. Use wires. No, you can't even begin to try clean this up. Oh, pardon me. No, you can't even begin to try clean this up. The flashbacks of the wall socket behind your work desk are just too much. Use wires.
It would take approximately 4.16 billion years to untangle all of them, by my estimate.
Okay, let's see. Look in the window. Operating room. Look at operating room. The thick, slightly opaque window makes it hard to see the finer details of the operating room, but you can still make out the basics: tables, stretchers, complex-looking surgical equipment, and supply cabinets. With all the mechanical stuff lying about, it looks like a cross between an ER and a mechanic's garage. Creepy. You fog the window up and try and draw a stick figure in just the right way. It looks like it's doing its own upgrade surgery. Nice. You scribble gadgets on the stick figure's limbs to make it an even more awesome pretend cyborg stick person. What's this operation sign? It says surgery in progress. Only in room 3 though, apparently. Do all these doors lead to operating rooms? Okay, I think we are good here. We could just move along to the next. Oh, okay, here's the guy who was talking to us. Alright, let's look around here. Look at desk. This wide desk has seen better days, truly. Better decades, really. Usually it's you break, you buy. Around here, it's you break, we spray paint. We spray paint your ROM.
Ooh, I want to be pretty.
The poor desk barely looks capable of handling the weight of the bulky monitor alone. So most of this shop, honestly. CRT monitor. What's this?
This is known as a CRT monitor. Almost nobody still uses them anymore. They're very outdated.
Oh yeah, I know that for sure. Grew up with them. Nanya has rigged himself a specialized point of sale system on this monitor. There are a few empty cells on the screen. Above, a tax calculator and a total line. Use CRT monitor. Invalid transaction. Please scan first item. Fiddling with the checkout screen doesn't do anything when there's nothing to check out. It's that simple. Okay, leave crash. No. Add screen. Look at screen. It's not very effective at explaining everything what the arguments actually do. Long arguments. Okay, I think that's about it. Let's look at this thing, round screen. A large circular screen scrolls through the upgrade options and parts available in the store. If this is an eye implant, why does the screen keep pointing to the neck and armpit? Well, use round screen. It's a speech compatible screen, not a touch capacitive one.
If you want new eyes, there's better ways of getting them.
Talk to round screen. Saying one of the available ocular upgrades allowed brings up a list of payment options. For some reason, Turing is not speaking. This 85% markup from the suggested retail price is the highest in the city. It must be a benefit from the low-income area. You have a problem with what I charge? Oh, that must be Nanya. No, not at all. That is weird. I wonder why they're not speaking now. It says surgery in progress. Look at... This guy is one of the most serious-looking people you've ever seen. There is an air of authority about him that makes it clear that this is his domain. Touch?
Can I help you?
Oh, finally.
Can I help you?
Oh, he's getting mad.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope, I don't know you.
Okay.
You got someone willing to vouch for you? If not, get out of my shop.
We just met for Moolah. He said we were cool. Okay.
Moolah? That guy's a hoot. Keeps out the riffraff and fakers, too. But seriously, where did you hear about me?
Charlie Nova said I should come talk to you.
Charlie? Yeah, I remember him. That TV guy runs his mouth a lot. Yeah. Paid good enough. Alright then, what can I do for you?
Okay, Charlie said your name is Nanya? We have something important to ask you. Okay, we'll see if this is Nanya first.
Sure, if that's what you want to call me. If your credit's clear, you can call me whatever you want. Enough foreplay. What can I do for you? A fresh install, custom firmware, maybe an upgrade? I can pretty much do it all. But most people come in here for VR implants. Turns out brain surgery is expensive, yeah?
We're here on a different kind of business.
We're in a bad situation. Local news articles are being mysteriously altered after they've been posted to the mesh, even while the originals are still online. Charlie Novas are being manipulated as well, and he pointed us in your direction. It didn't start happening until after he had his implant upgraded.
Okay, let's see, which one are we going to use? Do you know anything about that? Or what kind of parts did you use for Charlie's exactly? Have you had issues with the human revolution? Let's go with this one.
What are you, cops?
No.
No, worse. You're journalists.
Oh, you just found us out?
Get the hell out of my shop! I have a business to run. I don't have time to answer shit about shit that don't got shit to do with me. You found the door before? Find it again. And tell Charlie he can get someone else to do him a rush job when he's back on stims and needs a workaround. He ain't welcome around here anymore.
Give us a moment, please. I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of being given the runaround by these meatbags. We could just find some bribe or blackmail to get what we want from this Nanya. But I think it's time to take matters into our own hands. I have an idea. Keep him occupied for a few minutes.
Okay. How should I do that?
Just do what you normally do and ask questions. Nothing about the blog post, though. We don't want to set him off. Just keep him talking. It'll only take a minute.
Are you gonna get going, or am I gonna have to call someone to make you get going?
I think we got off on the wrong foot, Nanya, or you might be on the right track with the cops idea. Listen, we don't think you had anything to do with manipulating Charlie's stories. Usually if you say something like this, it just infuriates people more. Or you might be on the right track with the cops idea. Listen, we don't think you had anything to do with manipulating Charlie's stories. Okay, it's probably not this one, but one of these two. Okay, I think we got off on the wrong foot.
Damn straight. Now get out of here!
Okay.
I didn't.
We were just hoping to get some more background information on the kind of implant he has so we can follow other leads.
Shit. Fine, whatever. I'll tell you what you want, within reason. Doctor-patient confidentiality and all that.
Okay.
Just promise me it'll get you the hell out of my shop a little sooner.
Deal. Sorry for this. Our circumstances have gotten serious. We're following anything we can all the way to the end.
There's no way to hack a VR implant like Charlie's.
Okay.
I mean, you can definitely install hostile firmware on one, but you can't just load whatever program you want without the user's knowledge. Any changes to the loaded firmware will trigger some really obvious visual indicators to let you know something's being changed, and those are put in on the hardware level. I've never heard of anyone being able to circumvent them. The only person who could have loaded hostile firmware on there is me. And don't try and go there. I get paid too much to risk my reputation over changing a few blog posts.
What about using the mesh to mess with the implant? Is there some way to change the input remotely?
No, the implant itself doesn't have any kind of wireless connection. You have to use a headset with an induction coil for I/O. Wireless just doesn't have the bandwidth for it. You might be able to try infecting a ROM with some virus that screws with the I/O, but you only use a connection to a ROM for AR HUDs. They can't handle full simulation. You'd need a full rig and a hardline connection to the net to do that. So, I'd give it a big maybe. If that's actually how it all happened, they probably would have found whatever infected his ROM way before you showed up here to bother me.
Could it have just been faulty parts? Not to be too blunt about it, but this field of expertise is a little disreputable. Maybe your supplier sent you an implant with something fishy preloaded.
Damn it. Look, I get it. I'm working out of an old auto garage on the bad side of town. But I'm a fully licensed cyber surgery tech. This entire business is legitimate. It isn't illegal to install custom parts or firmware in any current generation implants. It just breaks the warranty. My business keeps a low profile, so we don't run into bogus patent infringement lawsuits from Flower Cybernetics or whatever shell company they decide to come after you with. All of my parts are sourced direct from the original manufacturer, completely above board.
So I'm wondering if it's from the, what do you call it? Oh, what's that company called? I can't think of it right now.
So if they're bad, they were built bad by the factory.
That's what I think.
Now, is that all? I have appointments to keep.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, I guess we gotta leave then. Leave.
You may not know this, but I have a finely tuned sense of electromagnetic fields. All ROMs do. We need to be able to maintain optical contact with the mesh, catalog and use various wireless transmissions, and avoid areas with dangerously high interference. Your stock off-the-shelf ROM has very little command over the frequencies available to be scanned. But I'm starting to realize how very little of me is stock or off-the-shelf after the changes Hayden made. That means when the humidity is low, the air barely sings for me, amongst other things.
I'm not getting your point.
Meaning, in layman's terms, I could read his monitor over his shoulder while being across the room.
Oh, okay. You can read monitors without actually seeing them?
Well, some. I doubt I could have handled an LCD monitor. They require extra parts I just don't have. And the fidelity is a bit low. Anyways, Nanya looked up his client records on Charlie, and I got some of the names of his other customers off of the spreadsheet.
Okay.
One in particular stands out, Shotaro Otsuka.
Shotaro Otsuka. That sounds flimsy.
As if everything else in this wild goose chase hasn't been. Mr. Otsuka is a moderately prominent tech blogger, respected, perhaps a bit vitriolic. He catches my attention though because historically he has been very critical of parallax in his posts. Recently though, the tone has been increasingly moderate, and now he is almost effusive in his praise. His fans are accusing him of shilling for the company, but many of his earliest posts show some of the same manipulations that we saw from Augmented Eye and Nova's blog.
Sounds like the man.
Now it's like he's being ghost-written entirely.
Lead the way then. It might be worth looking into. Fine, maybe we'll find a story in all this. Oh, it might be worth looking into.
Couldn't hurt to check, right?
Yeah.
I've marked the location of Shitaro Otsuka's apartment on your map.
Shitaro's home added to city map. Okay, let's check it out.
You.
Okay, map. Where is he? Blogger's home. Oh, what's going on?
This is the building. Mr. Otsuka must do well for himself, considering the neighborhood. Not the priciest section of Neo SF, but nice enough for a self-employed tech blogger.
It's in one of those, what do you call it, streets that is, it's like one of those streets that are slanted. I haven't seen one of those since I've visited Halifax.
Perhaps we should just ring the bell? We both know it won't be that easy, but it's important to maintain some courtesies.
Well, I'm gonna have to stop here, and we will pick this up in the next episode. I think we're getting closer to solving this mystery, because so far it just feels like we've just been running around doing not fetch quests, but just looking for people and things, basically. Anyway, alright, so we'll see what happens next time. Until then, we'll see ya.